All right, peace, everybody. I don't know, I had a little audio problem. Can y'all hear me? Let's see. Yeah. I don't know. Let's see what's going on out there. How's the sound? How's the sound out there? Looks good over here. Yeah. Thank you. I don't know. I was trying to play a Les Brown clip. I played it on the Telegram, and I'll just go over what he was talking about. He was saying a lot of times we want to put things off because it's perfect. We want to wait till the right time. It's not right yet. And I talk about this pretty much every week because what I find just dealing with a lot of people, that is like the number one thing that keeps people from fulfilling their purpose because they don't think it's the right time or they don't think they're good enough or what they have is good enough. It's not perfect. It doesn't look right. And I literally watch people find a way not to move in their purpose daily. They'll find it's like they get right there at the door and I'm about to do this. And then, oh no, I just happened. This happened. Do you realize that's a fear mechanism, a self-protection mechanism? That is a mechanism inside of you that has worked very, very well up until this point to keep you from going towards your purpose. That is a programming that people have adopted or accepted as a viable excuse or a viable reason why they can't move towards their dream or their purpose or the thing that they want to do. And it's amazes me now. Like I see it, and I'll even say it flat out, yo, just put it out. Just do this, do this, do this. Just get it done. And I don't know how many friendships I burned over the years by pushing and saying get it done. I'm like at the point where like, does it matter if I say it or not? Should I keep doing that? Should I still keep encouraging them to move towards their purpose? I think I've gotten to the point where I will just say it a few times, and then after that, let it go. I had someone actually tell me, "Oh, you're not my mentor." They got this mentor that's helping them do whatever. And I'm like, what kind of mentor do you have that allows you to take over a year to get your stuff out there? That's not a mentor to me. That's someone just calling themselves a mentor and just saying encouraging words here and there and just letting you be. Because if a person really is your mentor and really care about where you want to be, they're going to be right there in your face. They're going to say the things that you don't want to hear. Why? Because the things they're saying goes against that programming, because the programming that you've accepted is failure. It's not pushing forward. See, people get motivated every day to get up and go to a job. Why? Why do they get up every day and go to that job? Why is you don't have to push them to do that, but you have to push them to do something that's going to help them start a legacy, help them get out of poverty. Why is that programming acceptable? Because that's what they're used to. That's what they know. They're familiar with that. See, people are not familiar with their greatness. They're familiar with everyone else's greatness. This is why the system gave y'all sports, gave y'all entertainers, television, so that you can look at everyone else and say they're great except for you. That's what that all is there for. I like watching movies and being entertained, but I have it in a perspective. Well, these people are no different than me. They're giving me something entertaining that I might like. Like I want to go see. I'm going to go see this new Transformers movie today. I'm going to get entertained by people who have talent, or people who have honed their talents on the screen, whether it be cinematography and special effects and stuff like that. These people are moving in their purpose. See, when I watch things like that, man, I could do that too if I wanted to, if that's what I wanted to do. See, but I believe that a lot of people who go to movies look at those things as something that other people do that they can't do. When you go to church and you see your pastor speaking up there and giving a word that you like, you see him as the person who can give a word and not you. You need a word from him, but you don't have a word to give. That's not true. See, the devil, Satan, the adversary is that. Those very thoughts that say to yourself that you can't do something and that someone else can, that person is great and you're not, or you don't believe in your own greatness. See, when you believe anything other than your own greatness, that's the devil. That is the adversary, because that's you fighting against yourself. That's you putting your own self down. That's why when someone comes and puts you down, and it's the truth, because that's something you feel about you and you get triggered, that's because that's something in you that resonates with that when somebody's putting you down. Because if people say all kinds of things about me, and I'm like, okay, I know who I am. The things that usually trigger me that I get upset about is the things that might have some truth to it, that have some validity to it. Let's be real, right? The things that really trigger you are the things you've been trying to avoid. That very thing that you've been trying to avoid and overlook and not take care of and do the work on. Because what is it? It triggered you to say, man, I still got this problem and I need to work on it, but I've been ignoring it and finding everything else to do except for take care of that. You see? I just jumped right in. No introductions, no no announcements. I'll get to the announcements later because this has to be said. What are you waiting for? Because one day you won't have the day to be able to take care of that thing you say you wanted to do. What people, I I don't believe there's a person out there that want to be poor and living in impoverished conditions, right? Why don't you want that for yourself? Because you want to be able to do things. You want to have freedom. Maybe you want to travel. You want to be able to 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 live in a place and have nice, safe environment. With money, money helps you create peace in your life. Without money, it's very hard to create peace in your life. I mean, there's people that live in places. I'm sure there's people live in remote places where they have all they need and they're happy in that environment. But in this environment that we live in here in this America, it, if you want to have a nice home, it costs money. If you want to have food, it costs money. You want to have lights, those things, it cost money. People are trading money for those things, and you need them. Now, the amount of money is going to, in this environment, is going to uh, predict how well you live. And I know most people, if they're being honest with themselves, want to live well. And most people who claim that they don't need this money, they're playing games with themselves, and that's an excuse they tell themselves so they don't have to work harder for it or work for it. You see? What are you waiting for? You got the good one. Besides, oh, okay, I hit my mic. Sorry. Sounds going in and out. I think it's this. I need a new cord here. No, it's not your connection, Beth. It's my. I hit this thing. Y'all should be able to hear me now better than that now, right? I'm a this it's this connection here. I hit it, it goes out. Um, said no sound. Okay. Y'all should have sound now, right? I'm just waiting for somebody to give me confirmation that they got sound. Yeah, okay, good. I need to just not mess with this thing here because and I can look over here and tell if this is working. Um, so what was I saying? I lost my thought. But I'll just try to pick up where I think I left off. Oh, I was talking about the videos and figure out why I was saying that I, for the first time in a long time, I posted on TikTok. I only posted on TikTok one other time, and that's when I was announcing the uh, the uh, the New Year's ritual, the money ritual, right? Then I put my second video on, I think it was Friday night, and it got a lot of traction. Then I put third and fourth. I said, "Well, this is working. Let me try something else." And about the same content, but the first video had more traction than the second and third that I posted within 24 hours. And I was like, okay, what's going on? I had to study that. See, this is how you get better. You got to do it. You got to put it out there. Stop worrying about what people think. I've said it over and over. Most of your very popular people today, they did it until they got it right. They did it until someone noticed them and they became a star. You think Denzel Washington and all of these other actors just came out there on the screen and they were great? No, practice. And Denzel Washington has how many movies out? More than I can remember. He starred in a couple of movies with Spike Lee when he was starting out as a film producer, director. I mean, if you watch Spike Lee's movies when he first made them, I hated the background music and all of that, his older stuff. I liked the content, the storylines, but I hated the background music. I just didn't think it was I think the music was I thought at that time the music was too old sounding for uh the modern narrative that he was trying to promote. It just didn't go together. And I believe he was using his dad at the time. His dad was the music back then, right? Which was good. He was trying to keep his pops employed. I believe that's what the story was, right? But then when he started making newer movies, I saw the professional, the better sounding. It connected better with the script. You see, time, and he's still to me a very great and ingenious movie producer or director because the ideas he came up early on about his scripts. I think he did Do the Right Thing. She's Gotta Have It. Um, the newer one, the Jungle Fever. You know how many stars came out of out of his movies? Big time people came out of his movies. What was the other one? Did he do Mo Better Blues too? If I'm not mistaken, he did that. He did Malcolm X. So when you really examine people that are great, they put in the time, they made the mistakes, and you think they're not still making mistakes? Oh, another big thing that holds people back: nervousness, too scared to speak up or speak out, too scared. Let me put you in a big secret, big little secret. Most people that are great, every time they about to get on, they're nervous. Anybody that saw me in a seminar, I am nervous all the way up to the time I get ready to speak. I literally go through this thing where, why am I doing this? What is this for? I go through a cycle of, why do these people want to hear me? What do I have that they need? And literally, sometimes I go to the bathroom and just want to walk out and go to the parking lot and go home and get my that underlying programming that's still there wants to go home and get in the bed or go turn on the TV. So literally, I have to fight myself to get up there and speak. Literally, right before this broadcast, there's a cycle going on before I get on. But I've done it so often that I know what's going to happen. Once the cameras come on, my whole demeanor is going to change and I'm going to be able to perform. If you ask anybody that has made an impact on anything, where they have to be in front of people, they will tell you the same thing, that they go through this cycle of fighting through themselves to get out there and deliver a message to you. See, that's where the work is. See, but a lot of people won't go through that fight. They'll get to that fight and turn back around and go the other way. Go do the stuff that they're more comfortable with. Go watch TV or even go clean, go cook, go pretend to find something to do. Oh, I got to do this first. You see? That's what so that means that if you me telling you this tells you that I'm no different than you. I'm not going anything different than you will go through. The challenges you face, or about to face, I face him. But the difference is I push through and do it anyway. Look, there's no script here. I got some stuff written down for my Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So just some little things that are ideas that I want to talk about. But there's no script here. This page is a blank. There's no script. This is just me talking right now. That's all I'm doing. Nothing special. I have learned one thing about myself. And I capitalize on it. See, and this is what you need. You need to learn that one thing about yourself that you can do and you're good at. I know one thing about myself that once I start talking, the downloads will start coming right before they need to leave my lips. Right before they hit the vocal cord and start to vibrate and the words start to come out. I know that that's going to happen. And I'm going to say something that needs to be said and people can receive and use. Yes, I'm not saying it's not good to script out what you have to say. I'm saying, yeah, maybe I'll be even 20 times better if I did that. But sometimes I was actually watching this dude, E.T. the hip, I forgot his name, Eric or something, the hip hop preacher. And he actually said the same thing I was saying. Like, ain't no script here. That's not me. Writing the script ain't me. But he's got like 1.5 million followers. He said, that's not me. I'm not wearing a suit because that's not me. This is who I am. And he's affecting millions of people. I think I had his video. I hope I didn't close that video out. Let's see. So y'all can go. Good guy to listen to. So not everybody can listen to a Les Brown. Not everybody can tolerate Reverend Knight. But there's somebody you can listen to. Hold on. I'm gonna try to find this for you. I think it was E.T. Here it is. I'm gonna put his channel in the thing. Eric Thomas is his name. I'll share the screen. Make it easy for y'all. Share this screen. So I listen to all types of people because I can learn from anybody. I can learn from, the best teachers that you can get? Children. That's one of the best ones. There it is. That's his name, Eric Thomas. Go to his channel, check him out. Subscribe. He's got 1.43 million subscribers. And in one of his videos I was watching, he was saying how he got up on Sunday mornings early and he would put out 6 videos. Just put them out. And then over time, he was big. And I see people doing that now. I see people doing that now that I know. They're putting out content every day, daily. Now, what looked like amateur work 2 months ago looks professional now. See? All because they kept doing it every day. Simple. It's just that the method is so simple. It's not complicated. You got to get on camera. If that's what you want to do, get on camera and start talking. Telling people who you are. And one of the keys is, like this guy, Eric Thomas, was saying, be real. Be who you are. See, I can't be Eric Thomas. I can't be Les Brown. I can't be Reverend Ike. I could be Akeem, but I can take Les Brown content. I could take Reverend Ike's content, Eric Thomas content, and whoever else out there that I like, and compile it all together and deliver it from Akeem's point of view. You have the same power. You think what I'm saying is new? No, none of the stuff I'm saying is new. There's 1,000,000,000 people out there saying basically the same thing in different ways. But it's the spirit of me, the energy of me that captures the attention of the people that resonate with me on my frequency. Do you realize that? That's it right there. You have a special, unique frequency, aka energy, that only resonates with a group of people that will find you appealing and be attracted to you and want to listen to what you have to say. See, I have a frequency that a lot of people want to hear, but I also have a frequency that a lot of people don't want to hear. So there's enough out here for everyone to be able to have a space in time to make a difference to the people that their energy and frequency can connect to. Now, when we talk about energy and frequency, today, my energy may turn someone off, but tomorrow, that same person might be turned on. What happened? They changed their frequency. See, the reason why there's people in your life that just will not listen to you, they're on a different frequency. It's just like turning a station. They're on a different frequency right now. I had a friend, Abdul Muhammad. When we first met, we didn't get along at all. We didn't get along. We didn't agree on things. He was a staunch Muslim. I was a staunch Christian, and I had my beliefs. He had his. And then one day he said to me, "You know what? We're just gonna have to agree to disagree. You believe what you mean." Like, he was trying to force his beliefs on me, and I wasn't having it. And I was trying to force my beliefs on him, and he wasn't having it. And one day we just said, "Hey, we just don't agree on that," right? But we started going fishing together. And we became very close friends just from doing something we both like. See, we on that frequency, we like fishing. He started fishing, at an older age, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm going fishing." But he going by himself. And then most of the chartered boats he it was no one who looked like him. He said he invited me. He said, "Come with me fishing." Now, here's the thing: he invited a lot of people, and they would not go with him because he had one of those strong alpha personalities, right? Now, I have a strong alpha personality, but his was like times 10 at that time, right? But I said, "Yeah, I'll go with you," even though me and him almost went to blows at one time. You see? But we went fishing and became very good friends. Then guess what? We adjusted our frequency. We adjusted our frequency in such a way where you can practice your Muslim faith. I can practice my Christian faith, but at the same time, we can still be friends. Too many times, I know I'm going a little off, too many times we try to adjust people's frequency. This is why I'm off, because it's all it's going to tie back in. We try to adjust their frequency. And when they're not ready to adjust their frequency, and then we get frustrated. Why they don't have my frequency? They don't believe. And see, I'm saying it in frequency language. But in the regular languages, why don't they believe what I believe or accept what I'm saying? Because they're not ready to change their frequency. The best way to help to get a connection with someone is find that common ground and exploit that. And that's how we became friends. Now, even though him and I went to blows, he said to me, he was much older than me. I think Abdul was about, at the time, 10 years older than me. He said something to me later on when we became really good friends. He said, "The only reason why I kept fooling with you because I saw that deep down you had a good heart. He said most of these other cats are fake. They lie and do all they say. You were brutally honest when most people couldn't be. And that's why he connected with me. See, that was another frequency. I was a person who operated in a way where I didn't play games with people's minds. That's one thing I take pride in. I don't like playing games with people's heads. So that's how come he saw that in me being a mature, wiser man. He saw that, hey, let's go fishing. And then through the fishing, he talked about it. He didn't stop him from talking about his faith. But through that, it made me study the Muslim faith some, not deeply. Then I realized, wait a minute, they're basically saying the same thing over here. It's just presented. It's on a different platter. See, once I took the lens of my faith was the right faith and his was the wrong faith, when I took that off and I started to really look, I said, wait a minute, we're not too far off from our belief systems here. And if you really look at most of the, if you see, this is the issue that most people who are highly religious, and I'm picking on Christians right now, those Christians that think they're what they believe is end all be all. The issue is you never taken the time to even understand anything other people have to believe. So can you have the right or the audacity to say yours is the best and theirs is not? When you don't even know what they believe. You don't even know what the Quran says. So we pass judgment based on what? Because someone up in the pulpit said they're bad. Like, for instance, someone mentioned to me earlier about the all-seeing eye and it's evil, it's devil worship, blah, 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 blah. Let me tell y'all something. Anything can be devil worship if it's used in a negative way, if it's used to harm. I could have a hammer, right? What is a hammer supposed to do? Help build, hammer things in, put things together. But if I take that same hammer and use it to hurt someone, hit somebody with it, now it becomes a tool of destruction instead of tool of building. That's with anything, any religious faith. It could be a tool to help build you up. It can also be a tool to help tear you down. It just depends on the end user, how they use it, just like firearms. Firearms can be used to protect you. Can be used like a rifle can be used to hunt. You can hunt with a rifle to get food. But it can also be used to destroy lives. It all depends on the individual, how they use it, how they present it. And that's goes back to accountability for your own actions. It's not the gun, it's not the hammer. It's who's using the gun and the hammer. It's not the Bible or the Quran that's evil. It's who's using it that makes the difference in how it's presented. So it all comes down to who's creating what. We are. Nothing else. These things that we use as tools to get our point across are just that, tools. So back to what I started talking about. Why haven't you started that project? Why haven't you put it out there to the public? Why haven't you unleashed your potential? It's simple. Just unleash it. Let it go. Stop holding on to it. Stop finding a reason why it can't be done. Because at the end of the day, when it doesn't get done, that reason you created for it not being done is just that an excuse. And it's another time, another day, another week, another month, another year that you haven't gotten it to that point. Stop using these title jobs that y'all hate as an excuse. Stop using your husband, your wife, your children as an excuse. You have no excuses at this point. Well, let me put it like this. You have excuses, but none of them are good enough. None of them is going to make a difference because at the end of the day, you still haven't gotten it done. Most high performers don't want to hear excuses. They want to hear solutions. Okay, that didn't work out. What are we doing next? Okay. So if you got something that you've been sitting on and marinating, and it's gonna be just this, I heard people, yeah, well, when I get it out, it's gonna be the bomb. It's gonna be this. It's gonna be on point. They think they're going to start something, and it's gonna automatically be the best thing they ever thought. Let me set your expectations a little bit more. How things usually go out. The thing that people scoff at and that seem insignificant usually is the one thing that makes it big. It's the thing you least that explodes. So no amount of big creativity or mindset or whatever you think you're doing, and you think it's just going to blow up. No, typically that does not happen that way. Because the one thing before people start doing business with you, you could have the best thing, but if they don't trust you, they're not doing business with you. And how do you get people's trust? I'll give you an analogy, an example. Y'all know that I'm a licensed registered barber out of South Carolina, right? Do y'all believe people just jumped in my chair and allowed me to cut their hair when they had right next to me is 3, 4, 5 other experienced barbers who have been in the business for years? No. There was days I had to sit in that shop and get maybe 1, 2, 3 customers a day, sometimes none, before people had the trust in me to get the haircut. But what eventually got someone to get in my chair? Number one, I came every day faithfully and suffered through not having any clients while I'm sitting there watching other people cut hair. And then finally, somebody gave me a shot. Well, they got in my chair. Why did they get in my chair? Why did they decide this one day that they were going to get in my chair? Because I faithfully sat there on the days and that when I didn't have a client, I was right there. They could see me. So what happened there? Trust. I wasn't a great cutter. I wasn't a bad cutter. They didn't know what I could do. Then that one customer gets in my chair. Because people, it's like at a four-way stop sign. The first one who moves dictates who the next person is going to move. So someone say, oh, this guy's, he's getting, what happened? You go in the chair, you see everybody cutting hair. Then the other people that come in someone may not be familiar with all the barbers. I'm finished with him. They get in my chair. Consistency. See, the trust came from another customer. The second form of trust was they saw another customer here in my chair. I didn't do a bad job. That was my advertisement. Then they got in. And then what happens? Incremental progress, daily consistency, coming to the shop. Not saying that I didn't make mistakes. I did. Even after getting out of school, I made mistakes in people's head and messed some heads up too. But what did I do? Did I let that run? You know how many barbers come out of school and they quit within their first 90 days of cutting hair because they will not allow themselves to go through the normal progression of messing clients' heads up, of the rejection from clients, criticism from other barbers, because the worst people in your shop is the people next to you who's trying to compete against to get business. See, as I'm talking, I can see how God if you want to call it the universe, was setting me up to deal with what I'm doing now. Through barbering, I didn't grow up aspiring. Although my last name is Barber, I didn't grow up aspiring to be a barber. I went into barbering because I saw that that was a good way to make money to support my family, not because I really loved it. I did it for the money. Then I grew to love it. I had a purpose why I went into barbering. Oh, I got to decline this. This is actually that's a load. They're calling about the load. Um, I went into barbering to take care of my family. Uh I had an older son, and I went into barbering in my first marriage. And well, Xavier was already born by that time. It was Javon that was coming that I went to barbering. I went into barbering when my first wife was in her 8th month of pregnancy. That's when I went. I went to school. That's a whole nother story. But I had to go through the school phase. That was 7, 8 months. I could have used that as an excuse. Oh, I can't learn how to do barbering because I need to really make some money fast. So there's a whole nother story behind that one. But I was being set up to deal with rejection right there. Because I dealt with a lot of rejection in barbering. A lot. In the first year, it was a lot of it. Then after that, it was smooth sailing. I got people still calling me now, uh, trying to get my number. Hey, you still cutting hair? No, I'm sorry, bro. Don't do that no more. I might. I don't know. I built lifetime relationships with clients where I've watched kids, they're grown men and have their families now. And I would not be experiencing any of that if I did not suffer through those times. So what I'm saying, typically, anything you start, you got to go through a process before anyone you get enough business where you can live off of it. You got to go through. When I started this station, I had to go through a process. The other guy was more popular than me. But what made me popular? What got people liking me? Trust. I was showing receipts. I was not selling people dreams. See, I wasn't just looking for new customers or new clients. I was looking to keep lifetime clients, people that I could deal with from here on out. Some of my people I deal with now, I talk to them every day. Just about. You see? And when people I talk to every day are people that we going somewhere. We ain't playing games. We're not talking about sports and all that. See, lifetime, when you're trying to do something, you want that lifetime relationship, that long-term relationship. Because that long-term relationship is going to send you more people, quality people. And why would those people do business with me? Because of this trust. That person has to have a level of trust with those people. So back to you doing your purpose, fulfilling the thing that you say you want. You got to put in the work. But it ain't nothing going to get working if it's still in your book, on your computer, not on the internet. Only you know about it, or it's just an idea in your head. You got to put it out there. Right now, there's people right here listening to me right now that I know got something that they could put out right now. Go put it out. Stop playing and see what happens. Get that rejection out of the way. Get that failure out of the way. Because you're going to meet it. It's coming. So why not just get it out of the way now, learn how to deal with it, grow from it, so that you can be further along this time next year. You see? Man, 1047. Hey, I think I gave y'all what y'all needed to hear. Who's out there? DJ B Thunder said fishing is relaxing. Me and my cousin. Yeah, it is very relaxing. Honesty. Mad Max said, watch my I refuse to learn from someone with no abundance, money, wealth, unless from their mistakes. Absolutely. Karen says the mic. She was doing my mic check. And I'm going to say this before I go. Peace, prosperity, and extreme wealth to all. I'm a slow typer, y'all. Gotta work on that. Um, once again, we have today. That's today, June 26 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Figure that out for your time zone. If you want to get on, scan that QR code and get on that Zoom with us tonight. That is this evening. So that means I gotta go see the Transformers early. And July 22nd, 23rd, 2023 is the Atlanta seminar. Contact the person on the flyer to get in if you want to reserve your seat. Spaces are limited. Al Bay, myself will be there. All right. With that being said, peace, prosperity, and extreme wealth to all. Have a good day, prosperous. Stay away from the negatives, and peace.